guys, today we're discussing mutations in DNA. This will be a very short video, but this will be covering all the mutations in DNA that are high yield for step 1. So firstly, we'll be discussing the main types of mutations. So you need to remember that the degree of change in the DNA is basically based on the single nucleotide substitution, whether it's a silent mutation, missense mutation, or a nonsense mutation, or a frame shift mutation. So this is the degree of change. Then we have single nucleotide substitutions that are of two types. It can either be transition, for example, we transition from adolescent to puberty, but we're the same people, right? So you transition from purine to purine or pyrimidine to pyrimidine. So like we are ourselves, but we are transitioning to another phase. So then we have transversion. To transversion, think of it as transformers. So that would be from purine to pyrimidine or pyrimidine to purine. Alright, so if we talk about the single nucleotide substitution, silent mutation, as the name suggests, it basically codes for the same amino acid, often involves third position of the codon, and this is due to the transfer RNA wobble hypothesis. So even if one of the base is different, the code for the RNA remains the same. So this is due to the wobble hypothesis as stated here. Then we have the missense mutation, that's basically that results in changed amino acid. This is also called conservative if new amino acid has similar chemical structure. However, you need to remember that this is clinically very important, especially implicated in sickle cell disease where valine is replaced instead of glutamic acid. So then we have the nonsense mutation where there is insertion of a stop codon instead of the actual codon. So the mnemonic for stop codon would be you go away, you are awake, and you are great. So you go away, you go subscribe to my channel, you are awake, and once you subscribe to my channel, you are going to be great. So if we talk about other mutations, then we have the frame shift mutation. So now I'm going to explain the frame shift mutation. So to explain it, for example, this is the code. Right, so what happens is, what if this is deleted or these two are deleted? So how would the reading frame look like? The reading frame still reads 3 amino acids together, so it would look like this. These are removed. Right, so this results in misreading of all the nucleosides downstream. So the protein that is formed could either be shorter or longer. Its function may be disrupted or altered and may occur due to slippage of DNA polymerase during replication site. For example, DNA polymerase was reading this, the fat, okay, so it missed this. So now it is reading like this, THF, AT, for example, CA. So this could also be the case. The examples of this would be Duchenne muscular dystrophy and Tay-Sachs disease. Then we have splice site mutation. So for understanding of splice site mutation, you need to know the DNA structure, and that's important. It's important to know that there are exons and introns in a DNA, in an RNA. So you need to remember that you need to remove the introns because these are interfering members. You need to remove them. So if these introns are not removed during a process that we call splicing, mature messenger RNA is not formed. So if this is not formed, it results in impaired or altered function. Rare causes of cancer, dementia, epilepsy, and beta thalassemia, as well as Marfan syndrome, is due to splice site mutation. So you need to remember this. This is due to retained introns in messenger RNA. Now, the new concept in this edition that they've added is slip strand mispairing. So, when you think of slip strand mispairing, you need to know that this is like making the disease worse. So, for example, you have a trinucleotide repeat expansion. For example, a particular repeat is there in the DNA and mRNA codon is formed according to that. So, this would be amplified by slip strand mispairing. So, this is happening when the DNA polymerase slips and inserts or removes one or more additional nucleotide by mistake in area of repetitive nucleotides. So, DNA polymerase was also slipping over here in the frame shift mutation. But what it is doing is that it is doing it in the area of repetitive nucleotides. So anticipation, I will be discussing anticipation when I will teach genetics. But anticipation occurs and that is that there is increase in repeats across generations. So there will be an earlier onset disease in upcoming generations. So the example would be CAG repeats in Huntington disease. How would this affect the progeny, the new generations? That they would be early onset Huntington disease and disease could be more severe. So as these genetic changes are taking place, these molecular mutations are being studied. So they've added this to 2026 edition of First Aid, and they might ask us in the 2026 exams. So I think this is a good thing that we have reviewed this new concept. So thank you so much for watching this video. I see a lot of views on my videos sometimes, but I do not get enough people to subscribe. So do subscribe to my channel and do like, share and comment on my videos. That's it for mutations. See you all next time.